Avast, ye scurvy dogs, and welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command, Orion Pirates. I'm Admiral Tierk of the destroyer Doom Machine. As we continue our campaign against the lone Tigerheart Cartel planet, yes, no other Tigerheart Cartel planets remain, despite what this view would have you believe, which would tell you that they have 3 planets. They are in fact lying, because as we look in close, these 2 planets are held by us quite firmly. So, without further ado, and a single last check through the supply yard, let us set out to begin the siege of the planet of 3-3. So, begin our first mission shall be a standard traditional patrol, the sorts of things that destroyers actually don't really do. Yeah, really this is a heavy cruiser role. Unfortunately, we only had we had about 4 heavy cruisers in this campaign. They all died. We are not very good at keeping pirate heavy cruisers alive. We have learned this. And it is somewhat sad, but we're dealing with the shame and the loss of that. Pirate vessels are very difficult to work with. However, once you get used to them, I assume they will be extraordinarily powerful. I'm just not quite used to them yet, so we're working on that. We will improve and get better as things go on. Although this campaign is almost at an end. We're facing a single light cruiser. The light cruiser is an HCWX. Yes, this campaign is almost at an end. This planet could take us 2, maybe 3 episodes to take, depending on just how difficult the missions are to get across. But effectively, the campaign is nearly over. And that causes us to wonder, what are we doing in the future? Well, we have a couple of options. We've played through every single one of the normal factions and one of the pirate factions, and I'm going to be 100% honest, we're taking a break from the pirates. They have proven to be much more interesting than I had originally given them credit for. Remembering the engine doubling system has made things a lot of fun because of what you can do with the ships. However, I need a break. I need to go back to a more traditional combat style. My puny normal brain cannot handle all the crazy, insane raiding strategies that pirates can get away with. So we're going to take a little break and relax that brain for a little while. So what are we doing next? I'm not really sure. Going forward for the channel, we're going to be starting a couple of new games. I got Star Trek Away Team last week. I have been messing around with it. I got it to install, and it runs properly, so I'm going to be playing that on the channel. Although, that'll probably be a 1 to, at most, 3-day-a-week thing. We won't have that an everyday sort of occurrence. It'll be kind of like Sub Sundays was a while back, where it was just something we did, either 1 or maybe 2 days of the week, just to sort of break up the normal episodes. Star Trek Away Team, if you don't know, is a top-down tactical 3D game. Came out 2001 or 4-ish, one of the two. It was during the golden age where Star Trek games were all the rage and actually relatively good. If you, however, look up the game, you will find that its rating is not particularly high. It's like a 5.5. That's because XCOM came out that year. And, well, let's be honest, XCOM is an amazing game. Not the most recent one, although that's an amazing game too. But no, I think it was Enemy Unknown that came out around there. Like the original one? Could be wrong. But anyway, XCOM is a fantastic series of games, and yeah, Star Trek Away Team came out basically on top of it. So it kind of suffered for that. It's a pretty interesting game, and I look forward to showing it to you guys. That'll probably start sometime late this week or next week. I'm recording these a little bit in advance just to give myself a little bit of time with it. As for main Starfleet Command content, I'm really kind of thinking we're going to go back to doing the Federation campaign, and I'm thinking we're going to be doing a Federation versus Romulan campaign, which in my opinion is probably the most difficult campaign to do. And the main reason is the Federation do not have plasma torpedoes, and the Romulans do. And I think it's the only matchup where you can get a plasma torpedo versus non-plasma torpedo war going on. My only concern with that is we did that just last season. From the other side of the street, but regardless, we actually did the campaign where, you know, we played Romulans against Federation, so we may want to get a little bit more of a buffer than just 1 season in between that. So we may end up doing something a little bit different. I haven't decided what, and I'm always open to input. If you guys have any sort of suggestions, just, again, no, I'm not going to do a pirate campaign just now. I want a break from them. Just a little while. Just give me some time to recover my senses after playing pirates. Another thing we're looking at is later this month, Battletech is coming out. Battletech is going to be another top-down strategy game set in the Battletech/Mech Warrior universe. So if you're a fan of those things, we're going to be playing the top-down strategy game, which is similar to the tabletop, except now with less minutia to deal with. Pretty much the same thing that Starfleet Command did for Starfleet Battles. And I'm definitely looking forward to that. We will be playing that pretty regularly on the channel once it comes out and we have access to it. Unfortunately, we are a fairly small channel and also sort of a part-time channel. We don't really do this as like an actual thing, like there are some other channels who do, who have received advanced copies, so it's going to have to wait until after that comes out. But yeah, so if you have any thoughts for sort of what campaign we should do next for Starfleet Command, like I said, I'm thinking Federation versus Romulan, but I'm not wedded to the idea, mainly because we recently did Romulan versus Federation, and I'd like to get more than just one season away to sort of give us a little bit more breathing room with the variety, although I am looking forward to playing Federation once again. Pop back out. We're going to continue the assault on the planet, do as much damage as we can, missions, and we're going to go on the scout and try and remember the scout part this time, because we've been forgetting that a lot. Yeah, other options that we can do are pretty much every single other race, because we've already gone through everybody, and we're, aside from the Romulans and the Federation, we're more than 2 seasons away from them. So if you had another matchup that you wanted to see, let me know what you're thinking. Keep in mind, I haven't gone too in-depth with messing around with the map, so I'm not sure if I can change allegiances in the faction editor, or in just the general map layout, so try and keep it restricted to like the normal faction setup. So that would be the Klingons, the Lyrans, and the Romulans versus the Marak, the Gorn, the Federation, and what was the other one? The Hydrons. And the ISC, I think, are also on the Federation side, but it's not really clear. It kind of changes between factions. So just keep that in mind when you sort of make your thoughts known about that issue. Now, the light cruiser, you are a CWX, so we shouldn't have it too much trouble. Oh, we will not forget this time. Deep scan. Okay. Another fun thing that we figured out how to do, that I've been messing around with a couple of the configuration files, we figured out how to change our starting ship. Now, I haven't figured out if I can do that, like, to any ship that I want, but I have been able, at least for the Federation campaign, to mess around with the starting ship so that I can have either the normal destroyer you start with that has 2 photon torpedoes and like 3 or 5 phaser 1s and 2 phaser 3s, something like that, or a Federation destroyer, the full-on DD, a CAR, I can't get the normal CA, I've tried, or the early Dreadnought, which is pretty cool. So we could actually hopscotch the frigate era, which I'm going to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the frigate period. It does have some really interesting battles early on, but I'm heavy cruisers. You guys know this. I'm all about the heavy cruisers and above. I love flying them. I think they're a much better combination of speed and maneuverability, and so whenever I get the chance, I like to fly them. Battle cruisers are my pride and joy and my most favorite of ships to fly. The only reason we go up to dreadnoughts is because, well, dreadnoughts are super powerful, and if you really want to get sieges down a lot easier, you fly dreadnoughts. So let's see what he does with that. He has kicked down the expanding screw generator. Okay, we've got all the info that we need. Kicked it off, and fire everything through. We'll knock a hole in that. We still have a shield. Good. So we didn't lose the shield on that. We have all the data we need, so we're going to kill him so we get the bonus prestige, and we're going to get the bonus for scanning him. So we're looking at a positive payday here. Kick out a couple of missiles just as soon as the C-Rex fully charge, and there they go. But yeah, we could go back and do Gorn again, although Gorn are kind of slow, and we did do a plasma race recently. We could do Klingons. Klingons are always fun, just because, you know, the hilarious voices that we started with the Klingon faction. Yeah, for anybody who doesn't know, the original first season was Federation versus Klingons, and we were like really dull all the time. I've gone back and listened to this a couple of times, and I'm going to be completely honest. I feel kind of embarrassed about season 1, which is one of the reasons why I kind of want to do a Federation campaign, just to sort of expunge that, because I liked the Federation campaign, I liked the ships in the Federation, it's just the narration is just terrible. Now, I'm not willing to say that I'm a fantastic narrator now, but I like to think that I've put a little bit more energy into what I'm actually doing now, which makes me feel more happy about the sort of content I put out now. I'd like to sort of expunge the Federation campaign. But yeah, back then, we just were like, hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Starfleet Command. Yeah, I'm not too on board with that, and I decided when we started Season 2 that we would do something a little bit more energetic, a little bit more custom, and so that was a sort of Kapla! Warriors of the Empire! And, you know, all the other intros, like for this season has been Avast, scurvy dogs. Because we're pirates, and that's obviously what pirates do. So I hope you guys have enjoyed that. I know I certainly did when we started doing it. So plinking away at this guy, steadily working him down, mostly talking about other things because he's not providing the kind of challenge that I really need to focus on. Hopefully that doesn't prompt the game to suddenly send a heavy cruiser at me, because it likes to do that. It is not happy when we make fun of it, and it tends to hurt us badly when we start taking too many liberties with him. There we go. Managed to annihilate that CWX without too much trouble at all. Feeling confident, which means next battle, definitely Dreadnoughts. Oh, you can be sure we're going to be fighting Dreadnoughts next. There's no question about that at all. 320 prestige. Excellent. That's exactly what we need. A nice, fresh, powerful infusion of cash to do whatever it is we need to do. Another supply. Yeah, we are keeping our missiles topped off because I'm worried we're going to get into a situation where suddenly we need the missiles. We are at 1,014. I think the X-type destroyers are 1,200. We're going to do a quick check. Of course, there probably aren't any X-type destroyers. They are really rare for the pirate faction to come up. Yeah, no X-type destroyers, unfortunately. So, not going to bother. If another XDD does show up, I'm definitely picking that up, without a doubt. But, yeah, we're going to have to wait a little while until that occurs. Another mission, another scan objective. Haha! We knew it! I called it! You heard me call it last mission. Start making fun of the game, and what shows up next? A dreadnought. That's the game we know and love. Oh, I love it. You know what we're going to do on this, right? We're going to sneak in, we're going to steal the information, and then we're going to run. I'm not getting involved in this, no way. Just a quick check. We do not have a cloaking device, so this is going to be interesting. I'm going to need full-on electronic countermeasures. We're not fighting him at all. Just give me full maximum ECM. This is going to be hurting. We're going to be hurting by the end of this mission. So full power. Yep, and then that'll give us a little bit of energy to feed into our shields. We're going to go reinforce all and just buff that all the way. So we just need to get close and then run away. Okay, we're still here. We're still good. All of his fusion beams managed to miss because we're pumping out a pretty decent defense shift right now. Please tell me we're pumping out all of the defense shift. Slowly charging it up. We're up to 2. We're not quite up to 2. Come on, a little bit more. We have all the data we need. Okay, got the deep scan. Defensive shields to the stern. It's running time. Let's see if we can get out of here. I am, of course, worried because Hellbores do not care about what shield you're buffing. So let's just full power the heck on out of here. Goodbye. Nice to know you. I'm not going to stick around. So yeah, I think we've got him. Yeah, we've got all the required data. We're pulling away. We've got a defense shift of 2 going on right now. He's not even trying to stop it. In fact, I'm going to drop the defense shift. Well, we're going to lower the power we're putting in to generate that defense shift because we don't need it at this point. So yeah, in and out. Nice and safe. Don't need that. And how far away until the action? Oh, we're not all that far. Excellent. Almost went to the corner, but yeah. So yeah, things are going in the direction that we're hopefully wanting them to. He's just blinking away with all his phaser firepower, but he can't get a good solution. We're a small target, we're a nimble target, we're a fast target, and we're a target that is incredibly fuzzy because of the amount of ECM we're putting out, which is pretty nice. So about to hit the edge of the map, and we are gone. Good night. Sleep tight. And now that we have your information, we will be able to devise a cunning weakness. A normal Federation X, or really any faction X-type destroyer, I might give that a shot. Maybe. But it would be one heck of a long shot to try and pull off. Another quick check. Just look. Oh, there it is. Hi, you're mine. Thank you. We now have the Weasel on board. Gonna quickly come over here. We're gonna full up our racks. We already had our racks done, so we don't need to do that. Hi, Weasel. You're getting medium missiles, because medium missiles are cheap. Reasonably so. And 33 prestige spent on that. You're good. You're good. And I'm not going to bother with any of this because right now we don't need it. So we've doubled our firepower. Hopefully that doesn't mean they're going to start sending all kinds of heavy stuff in it. No anomaly mission. Go away. We're going to avoid that. Yeah, double our firepower. We're now 2 destroyers. Hopefully that'll mean we're nimble enough to be able to handle things. And we are at the right speed. It is a single freighter that we need to scan, which is excellent. I definitely approve of the direction the command is sending us on these missions, not having to actually risk anything. Because, you know, risking your life is for chumps. Chumps who live by actual paychecks and real militaries, and not pirates who have to self-fund everything. So we're just going to drift on in, head right for them, scan them, pick them off. Shouldn't be all that difficult, unless you've got plasma torpedoes. You're an FTQ, you might. Ah, what the hell. Give me a wild weasel, just in case. If he's got plasma torpedoes, we'll be able to defend ourselves. Long-range fire going out already, which I approve of. He does not have any sort of plasma torpedo. Excellent. So that definitely works in our favor. Forward shield, buff, reinforce, all that, which we forgot to do. We have all the information that we need, so pick off that with the point defense system. I was hoping you wouldn't use the more powerful system, but hey, that works for me. So we've managed to pretty badly maul the Victorious. He's lost most of his shields, and he's starting to lose power. I'm not going to fire any more missiles on this. I don't want to have to waste the energy on it. But we are going to increase speed time because we may as well get right up into his face. and steadily plink him away. He has launched a wild weasel, which I think is a bit of a mistake to make because you don't have much. Oh, yeah, you're gone now. Oh, he killed him before the scatter pack even made it all the way towards him. That must suck. So another successful mission. A lot of scouting missions. Scouting missions pay the bills like it's nobody's business. We could get an entire destroyer flotilla after just a couple of scouting missions. How's this planet doing? We got it down to 60. We're steadily whittling away at it. So supplies. Hi, me please, because I only really care about myself. So we'll give 2. We only need to buy 2 missiles. Excellent. He needs to buy several more than 2, I believe. Oh, he only needs to spend 9 on missiles. We'll give him an additional shuttle. He kind of needs it. And we'll go mission. No, we don't want to do a mission here. Unfortunately, we don't have a choice. We can either go on a diplomatic mission or MET-17 patrol, which we do believe is bugged. We're getting towards the end of an episode, and I kind of want to actually finish the episode without having to re-record the entire episode, so we're going to avoid it, because we do believe it's bugged. We are currently squaring off against a heavy cruiser and a light cruiser, and is that just one of each? LNH-1, SUI. Okay, so this is just a light cruiser and a heavy cruiser. That's difficult to think on. We could fight it. We'd probably lose. Or at least we'd probably lose the Weasel. And I really don't want to lose the Weasel. So here's the plan. We're first going to zip on up to maximum speed. And we're going to get to the planet. By getting to the planet, we can basically set ourselves in a position where we can run at any time without any concern whatsoever. We're going to electronic warfare 4 and 2, because we know we can do that while also charging everything. We're going to go shield reinforcement to all, because I'm assuming he's got a pretty decent number of Hellbores. They are curling in on us. I'm going to prep another wild weasel, or not a wild weasel, but a scatter pack, and head in this direction. Yep, there he hit us with quite a few of those. Holy crap. I know that the Hellbore is less likely to actually be hit by that sort of thing, but darn. I think he's got 3 squadrons of killer bees deployed at this time. Stay in formation with me. We're gonna make a flyby right for the planet. And also that'll drag them out all a bit. We can start picking off the killer bees on our own time. But I do want to get us spread out. You can blink away. Just make sure you stay at a speed of 31. We're going for this planet. Who just hired you turned? It better not have been the Weasel. If the Weasel is not right behind me, I'm going to be irritated. Angle it just so I don't want to hit the planet. I want to be able to actually pay attention to what I'm doing. Just keep an eye on that number. If it gets too low, we're in trouble. Scatter pack is ready. How many missiles I got on board? 13 more. Give me another scatter. Oh no, I'm out of shuttles. We have no more shuttles. One thing about being a destroyer, you don't have a whole lot of backup at that point. You're pretty much down to, well, 2 shuttles. So we're going to zip on in here, and then I think we're going to turn in and engage. I think we can do it. It'll be tight, though. It'll be really tight. It's basically 2 light cruisers versus a light cruiser and a heavy cruiser, but we are an X-type ship, although we have been running for quite a little bit. So wait until we get reasonably close, turn off the camera so we can zip in closer. We're going to skim the atmosphere. You can even see the atmosphere on these new planets. It's lovely. All right, get ready. Transporter room. Get ready to shove him out the airlock. He's out the airlock. All right, let's make the turn. And if I were him right now, I would be blasting away with my Hellbore. But he's not, which, you know, is fine. All right, let's get involved here. He's equipped with 3 fusion cannons and 3 Hellbores. That's pretty heavy armament. And you are all fusion cannons. Okay, so we're going to stay away from the LNH because if we don't engage him, we'll be relatively fine. We do want to do a fast pass here. Get a couple of missiles out on him. And open that up. Didn't manage to kill the shield, but we have dented him quite severely. And his Gatling phasers weren't ready to actually do anything to us. He's got quite a few missiles in on him. Killer bees are speed of 26, so as long as we stay above that, we're good. If we wanted to make that turn, it would have been very, very close. So we've already opened up the SUI pretty well. I do want to go after these fighters, though. I really want to start laying into them. These are light missiles. They don't take a lot of damage to kill, and they're relatively easy to wipe out. So we're going to set ourselves up so that we can just start blasting away at these guys. And are you going to come back? Yeah, he is. He's just a nice long path for him. Dump a mine. And that'll influence them all to turn. That'll give us an opportunity to turn back on in. So he's launched that. Let's give him a couple of missiles. See if we can't encourage him to go in the directions we want. Probably not. Also, probably won't be able to get the angle I want, but I am coming in at a really nice angle to go after these fighters. And now, before they have a chance to shoot at us, point system has killed them all. You, on the other hand, are really going to hurt unless I can whittle down your numbers. I did not, but we almost got you, almost got you. Come on, missiles, get in there, get in there. No, he did defend him from all the missiles. Let's see if we got any phasers that we can get. If we can get this fighter down and this fighter group down, we're going to be absolutely golden. Keep firing with the phasers. I need to kill you before he can get back to his light cruiser carrier thing. Didn't get him. Okay, so they've got one group of killer bees they're going to get back. I really think... I don't think I'm going to get that. Definitely not. Well, no, that definitely got through. Okay, so we got the other fighter group down. So let's turn in and start being aggressive on this. I want repairs going out. We're in a relatively good shape. Oh, nice firing pass. Got in there. He took a little bit of damage. He's streaking a little bit, but look at the amount of damage that he dealt. He opened another ship up and did quite a nice job. I don't want to get involved with you. Oh, no, you are the one I wanted to get involved with. The SUI and alert. Oh, we're going to skim that so very close. Lay into him. That's some nice damage on in there. Unfortunately, we have no stern defense, and we're passing by both of them. Curl, curl, curl. A little bit tighter. Because he's in our stern. Oh, he's not quite in the stern arc, but that's close. We did separate them thanks to the asteroid. I would love to be able to take credit for that, but I'm going to be 100% honest. Didn't plan it. It would have been really cool if it did, but I didn't. So we're coming in for another good shot here. The Sovereignty. Lay into him with a whole bunch more phasers. We are going to hit this mine head on. It's going to suck a little bit, but it's not too bad. And another couple of missiles in on him. Unfortunately, that mine did spread out the missiles quite a bit. Gatling phaser engaging from long range, getting a couple of good shots in. He did open fire and hit the Weasel with another Hellbore. Hellbore's stern phasers are not doing so great. Flashing offline, but he's immediately got repair shrews going on there. We're going to have to come around this mine, and we cannot fire through it. So long range phaser fire, just to keep him honest a little bit. We've taken out his shuttle bay, which means he's vulnerable to missiles. And once we pull around this mine, we'll be able to get a couple more missiles out. Unfortunately, it looks like the LNAHX is getting in the way. He'll be able to cover the Sovereignty pretty nicely. But if I keep this shield towards him, we should be able to avoid most of the damage. So we've managed to knock down that shield, so he's just going to have a hard time here. The Gatling phaser getting involved. Oh, he's pretty much done, and there we go. Took a little bit of damage from that, but that's okay. Planet is 25 away, so we don't have to worry about accidentally smashing into that. So let's curl around. Now, he has one heck of a close-range punch. We're talking 5, count them, 5 fusion beams. And he's just launched his fighters again. They've been fully repaired. We're going to come after these fighters full hardcore. The fighters apparently have the logic to knock out mines, which is a mistake. Fighters should never have the logic to knock out mines. That should be a carrier-only thing. Well, also frigates and a couple of light cruisers, if you're part of a fleet, but... double missiles out. They're not going to be able to catch him unless he comes back in on us. I'm going to move in here, see if we can't pick him off the Weasel's tail. We're in a really nice position to intercept, and the carrier is not in a good position to cover his own fighters. So basically, we're going to come in here, blast them all. Excellent work. All right, let's target the carrier, this LNHX. Just got to stay out of his forward arc because he's got a heck of a forward armament that we need to worry about. So keep the missiles going. They're cheap. I don't mind using them. They're also pretty numerous, so again, don't mind using them. And I would like to knock out your shuttle bay before I start lobbing scatter packs, which I should have kept in mind, but I'd kind of forgotten we had scatter packs. This is going to wipe out our stern shield. Also, I fired my missiles a tiny bit too early, so unfortunately that's not going to go off. He's trying to skirt around the edges of this fight as fast as he can. We're not going to let him, because if he comes in one more time, we're basically going to tear him limb from limb. So we have a mostly charged phaser capacitor. It's not 100%, but we don't need it to be. And keep the missiles going. Just a steady influence going on there. And once we get within a range of 6, I am into... Oh! He suicide overloaded that. That's why he took the damage, because you can overload it to a point where it will hurt yourself. And our shield's barely holding up and neutralizing quite a few of the shields. We do have to close through here. And I think I'm out of missiles. Yep, we are out. We have run our racks dry. We still have 12 missiles in shuttle bays. You can't unload them from there. Once they're in the shuttles, you can't pull them out. Taking out his shields, plinking away, doing light damage. He still has enough point defense to hold off against, the twin missile launches that we can put out. And 2 more missiles coming from the Weasel. More light phaser fire. He's really starting to hurt. Limping along, taking a lot of systems with those shots. And there we go. We got him. I was, honest to God, pretty worried about that mission. Wasn't sure we were going to be able to pull it off, but we did. Oh, 2 X-type destroyers. This is how it should be. Managed to do quite a bit of damage to the enemy. Feeling very proud of that. Mission complete. Diplomats delivered. Unfortunately, it's not a mission that we can really take advantage of. So we're going to go supply yard, patch. I can't afford to buy another one anyway, so no point. And 14 prestige on missiles, and for me, I need 13 prestige for missiles. You used 2 shuttles, right? Nope. No, apparently you used none of them. I thought for sure you would use a scatterback, but I guess not. We're going to give him enough repair parts to fix himself. We want him to stay at least moderately combat effective, and give him some marines so he can continue to be aggressive with them. That does cost us quite a bit of prestige, but if we get another good mission like that, we'll be able to afford to be able to buy another one, which is what we're looking for. But that's going to wrap it up for today's episode. The Planet of 3-3 holding on. It's got a cartel defense of 60, so this could take a little while. But that will have to wait for another time. I've been Tirek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to see a notification every time I release one of these videos, press that little bell icon, leave a comment, and I will see you all in the next episode.